One of the first things that will happen after you have an accepted offer is that the buyer is going to schedule a home inspection. Stay tuned and I'll give you some pointers on how to get ready for that. Hi, I'm Kelley Knitz of the Kelley Knitz Team. Thanks for joining me again today. Almost all home buyers will want to schedule a home inspection, and while you can't get the home inspector to overlook problems and issues, you can make his job easier and help keep his attitude positive. And here are some things you can do to accomplish that. The first thing is, don't try to hide anything. If something is broken, let them know about it. If the inspector thinks you're trying to hide something, then they're going to dig a little bit deeper and see what else you're trying to hide. Another thing is to make things accessible to the home inspector. Like, don't put clutter around the access to the attic, and try to dispose of the things that would prevent him from accessing the attic and the crawl and other areas that he wants to get into. Or if your attic shuttle, the place that you access your attic is up inside of a closet, push the clothes aside so that the home inspector can get up there. They don't want to touch your personal things. So make everything accessible. Another thing about clutter, especially like in the basement, don't stack boxes up, as far as, trying to get rid of clutter and storing them in boxes. Don't stack them up against the basement wall because they're hard to move, and the home inspector might think there's something back there you're hiding, like a crack in the foundation. So make sure not to stack boxes up too high against any basement wall. Another thing is to check all the light bulbs and make sure there's fresh, bulbs that work. You don't want them thinking that there's an electrical issue, or it could be just a blown out bulb. So make sure that all the bulbs are functioning. Another thing is to keep all your appliances cleared. The inspector is going to test them. So don't make it hard on him. Don't make it so he has to move things just to get to the appliances, because he will want to test them. And I would also change the air filter in the furnace to avoid the request to have it cleaned. I would also just, clean around the furnace and get the dust off and everything, and it just appears like you're maintaining your furnace, which is good. So make sure you put a new filter in. If you have a septic system, make sure that the septic tank is located. Maybe put a little red stick with a flag on it or something. It'll help to avoid any confusion, and they're surely going to want a septic and well inspection. So I would identify where the septic tank is, and if you have any information on the septic tank, or if you have a leach field, any of that, I would make sure to leave that out for the potential home inspector to review. Also, I would give your home a good thorough cleaning. It just gives the inspector a good impression of the home, and it appears that you maintain the home properly. So just give it a good thorough deep cleaning before the home inspector gets there. And I would also leave any instructions that you need to leave out. As far as if something doesn't work, leave the inspector a note and put an explanation there. A lot of things were probably disclosed on a state property disclosure form, but if something happened recently and hasn't been added yet, just make sure that you leave the instructions or what happened on the counter on a note for the inspector to look at. Also, be prepared not to know how the home inspection went. The home inspector is not going to tell you every little thing about the house when he's doing the inspection. He's been hired by the buyer, and that is their information. In fact, many times we recommend that you not be there. The buyer's agent would prefer the seller not be there during the home inspection so that the inspector feels free to investigate any issues. And then finally, if you clean your roof and your gutters, it just gives a better impression. Don't give the home inspector another item to put on his list. And finally, if your realtor can provide you with a list of what an inspector looks for, I would do your own pre-inspection and see if you can nip some areas in the bud before the inspector even gets there. It'll just give a better, lasting impression on the inspection report, and it'll make the buyer happier the less things that he finds on the inspection report. So you really, while you can't and shouldn't be able to influence the inspector's findings, you can help ensure that he's in a good frame of mind when he inspects your home by doing all of the things that are in this video. So I'd like to thank you for allowing me to share this information with you today. If you found it helpful and you liked it, click the like button. And if you want to receive more videos as they become available, just subscribe below and we'll be notified when a new video becomes available. If you have any comments or questions or any inspection stories of any inspections you've had on your home, we would love to hear them. And so leave them in the comment section below along with any questions. We'll answer any questions as soon as possible. And thanks again for joining me today.